Kylian Mbappe, Huijsen, and now Franco Mastantuono. Or maybe not in that exact order, but we have 3 players already injured. And not even really during the international break, kind of before it, kind of during. It was all over the place. It was a bit messed up. But we have a whole bunch of big fixtures coming up after this break from club football. And we need our best players back. Because in Kylian Mbappe, we are not only missing our main and best attacker, we are missing the best player in world football right now. In Huijsen, we are missing one of our starting centre-backs and one of our better defenders in the team, even though he did look a bit shaky against Atletico, but who didn't in defence, really? He is a big part of our team and the way we play out from the back, and he is injured. And then we have Franco Mastantuono, who has also kind of cemented that right wing spot as his own. I don't think we've really genuinely had a proper right winger or a person or a player who's kind of taken ownership of that right wing spot since Gareth Bale. I mean, we've had Rodrigo play there. We've had Marco Asensio play there. I can't even remember off the top of my head who else has occupied that right wing spot over the years since Gareth Bale. But we've had players occupy it and play there, but no one's really kind of owned it. Yeah, Rodrigo was there for a season, but he wasn't really like, no one was thinking this is where he's going to end up his whole career. Do you get me? People were like, he's here because Vinny's on the left. But I always thought that isn't where he was going to end up. I always thought he could play cam, he could play striker. But the way I always kind of saw it was Vinny would go up top and then Rodrigo would take the left wing. Now, this was before Mbappe was in the club, obviously. That it was when Rodrigo was kind of doing his thing and being very, very good that one season on right wing. But the point is, no one's really held that position down. But Franco Mastantuono looks like he might just. Right? And he is also a big part of our team. Luckily, none of the injuries look major. None of them look like they will be out for too long. Kylian Mbappe is still struggling from the ankle sprain or injury that he suffered in the last game against whoever it was. I can't remember who he played. I think it was Villarreal. Yeah, against Villarreal. He's still suffering from that. He did play 81 minutes, but then it was acting up and he had to come off. He probably won't play the next game and he'll probably rest. But from reports, or immediate reports, it's not too serious and he might be or should be ready for Getafe, which is fantastic. Huijsen has a muscle injury and it looks like he'll be out for 2 weeks. But this was at the start of the international break. So he didn't even play any fixtures. He just went off to the Spanish training camp and they straight away they were like, yeah, you're not fit. Something's wrong. You need to go back. So the 2 weeks might be complete by the time he comes back because already a week has passed. It's only another week to go. So he might not be fully fit for Getafe, but he should be back in time for the big fixtures following Getafe. And then we have Franco Mastantuono, who Argentina have just said he's suffering from an overload. So he also shouldn't be out for too long. I mean, overload, just rest for a little while. It's kind of annoying that he had to go all the way to Argentina for them to say that and then come all the way back. But we've got 2 weeks. He'll have time off. So he should also be ready. And even if he's not, having a look at the fixtures coming up. We have Getafe on the 19th, Sunday the 19th of October, which is an away game. It's never easy against Getafe. They play park the bus in front of the other bus football and no one wants to play against them. But I don't think we need specifically Huijsen and Franco Mastantuono for this squad, for this game. We do need our best goal scorer and our best player, Kylian Mbappe. But if those two aren't available, that shouldn't be too big of a factor. Against Juventus, you do want them back. Not because that is fine for them, or not because we need them for this game particularly. I think at home against Juve, we should be okay. But more so because you want them to get some match fitness in and match practice in and game time before the El Clasico. You don't want to just throw them in El Clasico like we did with Jude Bellingham against Atletico Madrid and then that didn't work out, right? So we do kind of need them back for this game if they are going to start El Clasico in decent condition. Then we have obviously El Clasico, the big game, which I am so much looking forward to because Atletico was not it. This is the next proper big game of the season. It is in La Liga and we need to know where we stand because so far every single big game we've played we've ended up getting absolutely walked all over. So I just want to see, can we actually play against big teams? We're at home, we're at the Bernabeu. I want to win and I would love it if we won by 3 or 4 goals. I don't think we will, but obviously as a fan, as this being my team, as a Clasico or any big game, I want my team to do that. But realistically, truthfully, even if we lose, as long as it's a tight game, as long as it's a close game, yes, it will still be the end of the world. Yes, we will still be fuming. But at least we'll be able to say we're challenging against a big team. We're actually we stood a chance against a big opposition in a big game. Because that's something I haven't been able to say for over a year. And I'm getting kind of sick and tired of going into big games knowing we're going to struggle, knowing we're going to lose, knowing we're going to suffer. I want to come away from the game with a victory. I want to come away from the game saying we did something, we achieved something, we're progressing, we're going somewhere. I don't want to come away from the game saying we're still doing the exact same thing we were doing with Carlo in these big games. Getting absolutely destroyed. So that is going to be a big one. Then we have Valencia at home. And Valencia is always spicy, especially in recent years, just because of all the nonsense. And that's all I'm going to say about it. The nonsense going on with Vinny and Valencia as a whole. Like the club, the fans, the players, for some reason, also getting involved. But anyway, I'm not going to say any more on that. It's just always a spicy game. And I'm very, very much looking forward to it at the Bernabeu. Then we have another big game against Liverpool at Anfield in the Champions League, where last year we had this fixture. And last year they had a very, very, very comfortable 2-0 victory. Kylian Mbappe looked horrendous. I don't know his full name, but that Bradley kid, the right back, was fantastic and kind of locked him up. But to be fair, he didn't need to be fantastic to lock up Kylian Mbappe. At the start of his Real Madrid career, pretty much everybody was locking up Kylian Mbappe because it wasn't really the Kiki we know. It wasn't this Kylian Mbappe. It isn't the Mbappe of right now. It wasn't even the Mbappe of what we're used to. It was just some shadow of a man, and he was horrendous, but he wasn't alone. Everybody was horrendous. So, I mean, against Liverpool, even without all that stuff, it's always just a great game and a game I look forward to. So once again, I'm very, very much looking forward to that, as I'm sure not only Real Madrid fans and Liverpool fans are, I just think football fans in general. This is a big game and there are going to be a lot of neutrals tuning in. Then we have Rayo Vallecano away in the last game before the next international break, which is crazy. So, I swear a few years ago, international breaks weren't this prominent at the beginning of seasons or in general. Like, we've had 2, and we're about to have 3, and we're not even in November yet, or we're not even in December. I mean, look at this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. That's it. We get 6 games, and then we get another 2-week international break. I mean, it's just getting too ridiculous. It's just too much. No one wants all these international breaks. Let me watch my team. Let me just watch my team play. That's all I want. I just want to watch Real Madrid. I'm not interested in all these international friendlies and all these international qualifiers. How many qualifying games does a team need, honestly? Generally, because it's getting mad. But we've got another one coming up. I do think we should be okay against Rayo, but once again, it's just, like I said, 6 games isn't the best. But we are going to call the video there. I'm very, very much looking forward to this round of fixtures, because like I said, there are some spicy fixtures. Like, not counting the Getafe game and the Rayo Vallecano game, every single game sandwiched in between is phenomenal. Juve at home. Barca at home in El Clasico. Valencia, we've got a lot of home fixtures. Valencia at home. And then Liverpool away at Anfield. I cannot wait. But I'm going to call the video there. Thanks for watching and peace.